today? How was the test?
Was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
The
Well-
wording was a little strange, in my opinion.
It's sort of not the usual problems that we've done, but I kind of, it's more like because it was a take-home test.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Right, I wanted to kind of see how you think a little bit differently, so it wasn't like I think more than half the problems were the regular ones, and then some of them were like I wanted to kind of get a feeling of sort of can you think what these problems mean, but
I was thrown off just even with the simple one that I know we talked about as far as the power, like add I don't even have the paper in front of me, add another thing to make it higher power of 14.
Right.
I was like, so I just add another like various number. Like that's how I did it, because I'm like, I know what the definition was. I seen it on our notes, but that's the wording kind of threw me off.
Yeah. Okay. So I can be like totally honest with you guys. So because it's a take-home test, I worry that students are going to collaborate. So like if you have the same test. So I put some of those questions in because that question in particular, you could have put one answer and another person could have put a different answer and be totally correct. But if I see students that have put exactly the same answer for that problem, that I know that there is some collaboration going on. So some of those questions really truly are a way for me to spot if people are copying off each other. So that's, I can be honest with that. So it's like if you kind of understand the material, then those problems were they shouldn't have been hard to do. But questions like that are a little bit open-ended, but they don't have like one right answers, are just a way for me to see if there's collaboration going on. All right. So let me answer Kyler. So have I posted a link to the open online tutoring on Canvas? So let me show you where to find it. Okay. So there's not really a link. Okay. So I mean, can I send you a link? I'm not sure, but let me share my screen. All right. So if you go to Canvas and you go to your courses, all right, there should be a course called this, Developmental Shell, Academe, and DTran. Okay. So whatever courses you had in Canvas previously, you should see this additional one because I think you were invited to that course last week at some point, okay? So if you click on that, then this is like the front page of it, all right? If you go to modules, then so this is the tutoring page, okay? They're sorted by subject. So even if you have classes outside math, those are good. Okay, so computer science and English. So here's like the math, right? So the math discussion, it's like a discussion board and it's sorted by class. So if you go to the Math 96, it kind of gives you a little schedule of when the tutors are on the board checking for questions. So you can see that there's somebody asked the question and then one of the tutors came in and answered. And so people are asking questions, not that many. So this is not live. This is basically, we post a question and within 24 hours, one of the tutors will come and answer it. Okay, so this is like if you want a more long-term, you don't need the answer right away, okay? But there are live tutors, okay? So to access the live tutors, I'm going back to the discussion board. I don't want pin discussions. Let me go back home. Right. Modules. Okay, so the math one if you click on online tutoring, okay, that gives you access to the live tutors. Okay, so you just click on this form here. I think you answer questions like what's your name or whatever. And then it takes you to a Zoom page, a Zoom link that opens to the online. So the online live tutoring is open from 10 to 5:30 during the Monday to Thursday and 10 to 1 on Friday, just like the math lab hours, okay? So Bryce and Chris are our main ones. Catherine is there for statistics, but they can, I'm not sure how busy they are, but they can answer questions live, right? Okay, and I think we're also working to get you guys access to another system that's not on our campus. It's like a,
Is it other than Zoom?
this is Zoom with the live sessions, but I think there's another tutoring service that's like a national tutoring service
But
thing.
is it like video calling just like Zoom?
I think so. Yeah,
I don't have it.
You know?
Yeah, so yeah, like right now, what's available to you guys for tutoring is this. So it's kind of the discussion board and also the live sessions in that course. Okay. In our course, we have Afsan, and she can answer questions in the discussion board. All right. So if when you log into our course. All right. So here, if you go to discussion board in our course, all right, then here's the board for questions for Afsan. Okay, so if you click on there, then post all your questions. Okay, so you just sort of need to reply to this message. And it's like, hey, Afsan, I'm working on this problem and I'm stuck, and send her a picture or just tell her what the problem is. And then she will respond to you. Okay, so definitely use those, okay, and see if you can get help. All right. Okay, so plan for today. Oh, friend, you don't have that course? Let's see. So we automatically enrolled students in that course. If you don't have access to the Turing course, let me know and I'll send you a re-invite. It's just, you're going to get an email that says, you've been added to this course. Please click here to enroll or to accept it. Okay. Oh yeah, good. So yeah, you can share your screen. I can look at yours.
Let me see. I better show you the test things to show you.
Yeah, if anyone can share your screen and show me what your canvas looks like, then I can see.
Hold on,
Go to all courses. Click on all courses here.
I'm trying to show it to you now.
96. Huh. So yours, it doesn't show the tutoring.
Here it is. Here's my work.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna talk to people in charge and see. Okay, I'll try to re-invite you. I don't need to see your test.
Oh, I was checking whether it was blurred or not.
All right. So
Professor, I think for some of them, you have to go to the dashboard first, and then the course you were talking about that we all got added to, it should be within the dashboard.
you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I can share mine real quick. So yeah, if I go back to the course, and then I click on dashboard where it shows like all my courses for the semester. It's the first one up here, and then you
Oh
click and
yeah,
select that
okay.
one.
Yeah, that's the one. Exactly. Yeah, so yeah, maybe going to your dashboard and seeing your courses like that. But again, sort of it's possible that when you guys were invited to the course, when you were added to the course, you never accepted the invite. I think
Oh, okay.
I think you have to click on that email and say, yes, I accept being in this added to this Canvas course. If you've never done that, then you probably are not in there. For the regular courses, you sort of are put in before you, several days before the class starts. But because this started in the middle of the semester, I think you actually had to manually accept it. So I'll resend the invite to all of you, and watch out for that email maybe later this afternoon, and then accept it so you can see the tutoring shell. Yeah, see, I don't see it for you. Okay, all right, I'll resend the invite. Okay. All right, so let's start with what we're doing today, and then there's going to be a lot of you guys working on stuff. So I'll try to just sort resend you the invite during your work time. All right. So we're going to. I'm not going to start teaching something new because yeah, the day before spring break.
Yeah,
Not
when
a
we are
good time
back.
to start a new topic, right?
Yeah, what chapter is it?
It's no chapter. We're gonna work on a project.
Sorry, Professor, I had a question about that. So next week, we're not going to be meeting here online?
No, next week is spring break.
Yes. After next week, what are we going to do?
I think we're gonna still meet online.
Yeah, for a project, but what about the other chapters like 6, 9, 10, 12, those ones?
Yes, for those chapters. So yeah, I'm not sure when we're gonna come back on campus or at all. I know that there's been a decision that like all the summer classes are gonna be online.
Yeah.
What?
But
Yes.
remember, I used to have summer class long time back, but it
Yeah.
was last year.
Yeah. So yeah, like our summer schedule, we're working on that, and the chancellor decided all of them are going to be online. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
yeah, it is crazy. But
I know.
but I don't. I think we need to continue doing this online for a while. So we'll see. Okay. So let's look at project one. Okay, so project one, let me share my screen and I'll let you know what needs to be done. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna share this file right here. All right, so anybody receive an invite from me last night over email to
Yes.
Google Doc? All
Yes.
right, cool. So if you receive that, please accept it. If you ignored it, please don't ignore it or check your sort of spam.
Does it
folder or
matter
whatever.
whether is it extra credit?
It's not extra credit. This is for a grade.
Is
okay?
it part of the final?
It's part of your final grade. All right, so this is a project assignment. We have like 10% of the course grade is on projects. So this is a project assignment.
Yeah. Does it mean if I did not accept it, should I should I print it?
It's not, this will be done in Google Sheets, okay?
Yep.
So no reason to print anything out. So you'll basically complete it in this document that I shared with you. It's like I put people in groups. There's like 3 people per group to work on this project. So all of you should have access to the document. Okay, so let me give you an overview of what you're gonna do, and then you guys can start working. Okay, so it's called What's in Your Wallet. All right, so you're going to research stuff about credit cards. And then we're going to kind of look at calculations on how the interest is applied on a credit card. And with that interest, like how much do you actually end up paying for purchases, all right? So this is like the math that you're doing is percentage calculations and interest calculations. But this will lead us into, we're gonna do exponential functions pretty soon. And this is like a nice little preview to what an exponential function is, right? So credit cards, it's sort of part of our lives. A lot of us have them. Sometimes we have abused them, sometimes not. Or we might have learned not to. All right. They're very useful. It's really nice to have a credit card. It makes it really convenient. I don't think I use cash much anymore. But if you're not careful, then you can sort of pay a lot more than you bargained for. Okay, so basically in the project, you're gonna explore the math calculations behind credit card payments and kind of sort of come up with strategies about paying off credit card balances. So definitely my message is not never use credit cards, because I think they are very useful, especially in building your credit and financial history and paying for things, okay? So the first part is answering some questions, so kind of doing a little bit of research and answering some questions about credit cards. Right? So basically, what is it? Who can get credit cards? And so on. Okay. So if you look at the document, there's like, this is the introduction tab. Then the next tab at the bottom, there's some credit card terms, and these I want you guys to research as a group. Right. So you can sort of do some research on the internet and fill in what sort of using your own words or kind of definitions, what all these things are, right? Then there's some preliminary calculations. So this is kind of looking at the sort of calculating the interest charge on certain amounts. So there's like 4 problems here that uses like simple interest formulas. And before we go over these, you can do them if you feel comfortable, but I'll do a few examples so you guys sort of know what's going on, right? All right, then the main part of the project. So the setup is as follows. So you buy a vacation package and you charge it to your credit card. So your credit card balance is $2,400, okay? So you don't have the money to pay right away, but you decide not to use your credit card again until the balance is paid off, right? So like each different group has a different percentage. So it says this one, your credit card company charges you 14.5% APR. All the groups will have different percentages. So APR is annual percentage rate, okay? So that's kind of the interest that is charged on your balance. So it's applied every month to the existing balance at the end of each month. Right? So I'm going to ask you to calculate how long it will take you to pay off the $2,400 and how much you end up paying the credit card company by the time you pay off your bill. So there's going to be 2 different parts to the calculation. One is that you go with the minimum payment each month, which sort of the typical one is either $30 or 2% of your balance, whichever is highest, right? And that's sort of, if you do the minimum, it will probably take a while to pay it off, right? So part 2 is that you're going to make double the minimum payment each month, which is $60 or 4%, whichever is higher the amount. And basically this will allow us to compare, it's like how much faster are you going to pay it if you pay double of the minimum, and how much less you're going to pay as a result, okay? So this is kind of the setup for your calculation. So all these calculations will be done on the next 2 sheets. Okay, so you're going to do all the calculations in a spreadsheet. Okay, so this first one is the calculations for the minimum payment, $30 or 2%. And I put directions here on how to enter everything to kind of get the spreadsheet to do the calculations for you. I will also go over this and show you the steps. Right? And then there's a sheet for the second option, double the minimum payment. You're going to do similar calculations there. And then on this last sheet, summary of results, you're going to summarize your results. And I need to fill this in with what I want you to do to summarize the results. I haven't had a chance to work on this last page, but I'll complete this soon, right? All right, any questions so far?
Is this all to be finished and due today?
No, not to do today. So I'm what I want to kind of accomplish today is get the preliminary stuff. So the introduction page, the credit card terms, the preliminary math questions, and then we'll show you how to do the calculations. I'm gonna make this due after the break. So I think I'll make it due like probably Friday after the break. So we'll have a chance to check in with each other and finish it, and maybe do a little bit of online presentation of the results that each group got. Okay, but it will be due. I'm giving you like a week if you don't count spring break, so sort of a week of class time. Right. So what I want you, any other questions?
So how does it go?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I meant to say, how do you do all this and I need to finish it?
You need to log into your Google Sheet, okay?
Oh,
so
I went there.
You're in there. Which one is yours? What's your percentage rate?
Oh, 19.5.
19.5. Okay, so I'm going to join you there.
Oh, join me, please. But how do I get to the screen there?
You're 19.5, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Answer
are you in the Google Sheet like this?
Yeah, yes, I am.
You see? Okay, good. So now you need to
Find the
answer all these
definitions.
questions. Okay, so you're going to type in the answers. A really nice feature of Google Sheets is if you see up here, then you can chat with all the people working on the sheet at the same time. So if you open the chat here, oh, hey, Gabe. So right now Gabe and Michael and me are in the site, and you guys can be working on this at the same time. And you can say, hey, what are you putting for number one? Okay, for problem one there. So you can sort of be chatting as you're working, and you can collaborate, okay? So I really like Google Docs and Google Sheets, right? So, all right, so basically let's take 25 minutes for you to log into the sheets, the sort of Google Sheets that I send you, and meet your group members and start working on the introduction, the credit card terms, and the preliminary calculations, okay? So let's kind of work on that, and then after that, kind of take the break, and then we'll come back and see where everybody is, and I'll give more instructions. All right. Okay, so check your emails and accept the invitation and click to get into your respective Google Sheet.
Oh, I have a question regarding to this. Just I need to click on the email in the click on the opening sheets, because when I click on that, just it shows me the page with the introduction, but I can't see anyone, or like as you said before, for the people is working on that.
Which percentage are you?
I am 15.5.
Okay, let me log into yours. All right, so yeah, so this is yours, okay? If there's nobody, I I think it's, yeah, if there's nobody else logged in besides you, then okay, then there's no chat available. Okay. So let's see. There,
Just do
yeah.
I need to
So
click on that, or just should I log in to my Google
log into your
account?
what?
Log into my Google account.
I think if you log into your Google account, then you could probably work on this a bit better. Okay, so if you if I didn't have a Gmail account for you, you might not
I
have
have.
all the features to be able to chat.
Mhm.
So what you could probably do is share your Google account,
Mhm.
and then you can sort of work with or sign in with your Google account. It might be a bit easier. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if there's nobody logged in except you, you will not see the chat. But if there's another person, then you will see the chat and you can work with each other.
Okay.
All right. All right. Any other question?
So are we just waiting for the other people in our group to log on or open the sheet?
You can do that, or you can just start working. Okay. So
Okay.
if you have access to it yourself, then start working on a page. And basically, there's 3 people per group. So I'm asking you to do 3 things right now. So claim the one that you want. If you want the introduction, yeah. If you want the credit cards, yeah. Or if you want the preliminary calculations, like claim one of the sheets and work on it. And then the other 2 people, when they log in, they can do the others. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, if you didn't get an email, I will try to resend the invite, and I'll let you know which email that I send it to, so you can try to log in. Okay.
First, I got a quick question.
Yes.
So I went to my email and I tried to open it, and I had to request permission to open it. So it said access denied, and it's waiting for, I'm guessing, you to.
All right.
to
Let me check my email and see what I got from you. All right. Tyler is requesting access. It says you have edit access.
It's still showing the same thing on mine.
All right. Let's see. Open sharing settings. These people would like to access these files. Okay, I think I send you another invite. So check your email. Oh, look, Melissa looks like you're in. Okay, so I think that, yeah, if you request an invite and I answer you, it seems to give you access. Cool. Tyler, is it working for yours?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Check right now.
It's also saying I need permission as well.
All right.
Yeah, it says me too. I need submission. I need permission too.
Okay. Well, click on the button that says request access, and then it bounces back to me, and then I think I need to click and says yes, they can have access, and then you're gonna be in. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's see. So, Blue Jane, I'm doing you now. I got your email, and I'm gonna send.
Hello, Professor.
Yes, Tyler.
It's Francis.
Francis. Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. Do we need to sign up for this one?
Do you need to sign up with Google?
Yeah. Or any email?
I don't think so. I send emails to people with all sorts of emails accounts. I don't think it has to be like a Google account.
Because I open it through my computer, and it let me. Because I tried to open it on my phone, and it says the same, that I need permission. So I tried it on my computer. So
yeah, did you
to another link?
If you click on the button that says request access,
Yes, access.
then it sends it to me, and then I think I can give you access.
Okay, I just sent it.
All right. Okay.
So did you receive my request to give permission?
Who's speaking?
Josh.
No, I didn't see one for you. Let's see. What percentage did you have? Do you have that info? Well, what was the document titled? What's in your wallet and what percentage?
So mine is 20.5%.
All right, let me check on that. $20.5. Okay, who's here? All right, so this is shared with Aliyah, Francis, and Josh. Okay, so you guys are all in the group. Let's see.
Yeah, I just got in.
You got in? Perfect.
I managed to get mine working as well, Professor. Thank you.
All right. Okay, I'm going to send, I guess it just takes a few minutes. All right, I'm gonna send you the link, Josh and Aliyah. And I think if you click on that link from the private chat, it might take you to the document. Let's try it that way. Okay, so if you check your chat board, click on that link and see if it takes you there. Francis, are you in?
Yes, I guess.
Perfect, good.
But, okay.
It's still giving me issues. I don't know why it's not letting me sign in. I got to the point where I logged in. I clicked the link. It said I needed to enter my email and password. I did that, and then it said you need permission, and so I requested it. And then it's saying we're sorry, but we are unable to send the message. Please contact the person directly.
All right.
I don't know what's giving me issues.
Okay, let's see. Share. Maybe it doesn't like Outlook.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like I can edit, but you're definitely added on. It's like the Outlook email that I'm using. Okay. Send you the link. All right, let me try. Okay, let me try this. All right, I changed the settings to be more public. So try the link again and see if it works better. And edit.
Professor, is there anything new you're gonna teach us, or are we free to head out once we got it all working?
I'm gonna show you how to do the numbers, how to enter the numbers on the sheets that says $30 or 2%, $60 or 4%. So I was gonna do that after the break.
Okay, I'll stay for that.
All right. But yeah, for now, you guys should just sort of be working on those questions.
And so I'm trying to do it off my phone, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's letting me either. I click to write an answer or anything like that. Or
Oh, so from your phone, it's possible that you need to download the Google Sheets app.
okay.
I don't think phones automatically. I know it doesn't do it automatically on my phone. I've done it before, and you need to have the Google Docs, Google Sheets app on your phone in order to edit. But you're in the document?
Yes, I am.
We're making progress.
Right.
That's good. Progress is always good.
All right, so I'm currently downloading Google Sheets right now.
Okay, perfect.
And then go from there. I'll let you know if something.
Yeah, let me know if there's more problems. Okay.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, anyone else in class, let me know if you're having problems with going into your documents or editing it, and we can sort of go around that.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
Regarding for example, for part 1, answer the following question for the number 1 question. Is that correct? Like this, I wanted to make sure. Can you see my work?
Yeah, I can look at yours. Can you remind me what percentage you're in?
15.5%. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
But I don't know how can I figure it because it's just in the one line. How can I write it, type it in the second line, for example,
okay.
make it,
So if you go to format
Mhm.
and down towards the bottom, it's text wrapping.
Oh, where is that?
So format and almost to the bottom, there's
Okay.
something that says text wrapping. And
Oh,
then
okay.
choose wrap, choose the second one.
Choose wrap, the second one. Oh, okay. I got it. Thank you.
Then it puts it nicely so it doesn't go like all over the place.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go. That's
Yeah.
much better.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think I need to transfer this to the under the question, the number 1. Yeah.
It looks good.
Okay.
Like I'm watching it right now and it's clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so I got it downloaded.
Uh-huh.
So what would be the next step?
So you need to decide what. Right now we're working on the introduction, the credit card terms, and the preliminary calculations. So do you see the tabs at the bottom? There's like several tabs at the bottom. One that says introduction, and then credit card terms, preliminary calculations. So you should kind of pick one of those tabs and start answering questions. Right, so again, so Aliyah, you said that you're in the document, but you can't edit it. Are you working on a phone or on a computer?
Okay, I figured it out. So what I had to do was leave the internet, close it, and then go back to the email. And then through the email, it opens automatically through Google Sheets, the app.
Oh, okay. So I guess you probably had to, yeah, you're probably in Google Sheets, but you didn't have the document open. Okay, right. So through the email, so maybe Aliyah, that's the same thing. So maybe go back to the email or the link to open the document. And then from there, you should be able to start editing. Okay, so basically you should see something like this. And then at the bottom, I'm using my trackpad. So I'm using my trackpad on my laptop to change the tabs at the bottom. And then if you click on a particular tab, okay, you can get in. And then if you click on the little things, you should be able to type in stuff. So the 20.5 sheets has several collaborators. There's Anonymous Goose, Anonymous Raccoon.
It's a funny name.
Which one?
The 20.5%.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, what is going on?
I don't know. Anonymous Goose and Anonymous.
There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a total of 7 people in my group.
And the Anonymous Dinosaur. I think.
Now someone left.
Is it Francis? Did you log in with more than one email or something? It's possible. I think if it's not a Gmail address, then it has like an anonymous collaborator.
I don't know.
That's funny though.
Oh man.
I don't know what happened to my group. They're not here.
Oh, they're not? Who's in your group?
Timothy and Anthony.
Is Tim alive today? Is he here? Is he present?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Where are you, Tim? Why are you not in the group?
It says I'm in the group.
Are you in the
They're
group?
here, but they're just not doing anything.
Well, talk to your group then. Tell them to do their
That's the
stuff.
mood.
I've sent
Don't
3
get serious.
messages.
Well, how do you go? Would you like some help on the 19.5?
Okay, 19.5. I'll go look at it.
Well, I got all the words.
19.5. What's a credit card?
It's easy.
Okay, good. All right. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, are you in mine?
I'm in yours.
Oh, but it's not, the screen's not showing mine.
Oh, because I'm probably not sharing. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was in a different web page.
Well, I better complete it. That's why. Oh,
Okay.
there I am. There I am.
19.5, right?
Yes, that's me.
That's you.
I
Right.
got.
Are you working on the introduction?
Yes, and hold on. Somebody else did the credit card terms.
Yeah. You're
And
in with
and the
Gabriel and with what else did I put you with? Sophia.
Yeah, they're still helping me.
Well,
how
you're
much-
collaborating.
I'm getting. I can't see their names on there. I need to talk to them.
Yeah, if you go to the chat here, right, if you click on the chat, then you can chat with them.
Oh,
Yes.
it's working.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Oh, there they are.
For the preliminary calculations, do you want us to show work?
Let's do the question.
Show the setup of the equation. Like this is a good example on the screen. All right, it's like you have $100 and then times 0.12. Although that's not, you need a little bit more of here. So let me, like at 2 o'clock, it's gonna break down right now. At 2 o'clock, I'll go over a couple of examples for those calculations. Because it needs to be multiplied by the time, and the time needs to be in years. So if you're only applying the interest for 1 month, then the time is going to be 1/12 years, because it's a month is a 12 of a year. But you can show maybe 1 line or 2 lines of calculations. All right, so Dowsy, just start on your sheet. Just kind of pick one of the pages and work on it. And then when your group, maybe you can communicate with your group over, send them a message or something that they need to start on this assignment too, and they can do some other parts.
Professor,
Yes.
so when is this due, this assignment?
It's going to be due the Friday after spring break. Okay.
After spring break, okay.
So we're
And another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is I sent you a Canvas message about the issue of my submission for the test. It's not letting me at all.
It's
so
not?
should I just send you the pictures on Canvas via message?
All right, let's try with the test one more time, because I like the test to be under that submission so I can grade them and give you feedback. If you send it to me my email, there's a danger that I'm going to lose it or forget that you send it to me. So so let's try again. Okay, so just give me a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Stop sharing.
Are we on break at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a problem. Can I ask my question?
Yes.
When I type the answer for question 2, I can't see the other question in my sheet. I can't access them. I don't know what happened.
Possibly you erased it, so you can go backwards. You can undo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. Are you on the math questions?
No, in the.
No, you're still on the front page, the introduction.
Yeah. When I insert my answer to number 2, I can't see the other question, the remaining question, number 3 and the other.
Oh, I see. Let's see. Let me see if we can. See if I can undo some of the steps. No, I think you have to do it. Let's see. So, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and like highlight this and do Control C to copy it so you don't lose all that stuff. And then use the undo button to go backwards through your steps. And then you can see if you missed anything. So yeah, keep going undo until it looks familiar.
Oh, but when I again do like this, in the situation is the same as the other. I don't know what happened.
All right, sorry, I couldn't understand what you said.
I make a copy of these to number 2, and then after that,
yeah, click on the undo button or the undo arrow a few times to go back through your steps. Just keep clicking on it.
Oh, okay.
All right, and that takes you backwards through your steps. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you probably overwrote these other questions. Okay.
So if I make a copy here for question 2.
Yeah, so make a copy here of what, do Control V to put the answers there. Okay. Oh, do you have it? Oh, I think you might have it on different lines. Okay, let me see. Let's see. There you go. Let's make space.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, do Control V again.
Okay.
All right, good. Okay, so yeah.
I need to make more space.
Yeah, you might need to make more lines.
Okay.
Between these lines to put the answers in. If you have several lines for your answer, you might write over it. So just kind of grab them and move them to make more lines between your questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're back from break. All right. And let me give a couple of examples of how to do the calculations for the interest. Okay, so bring this up. Okay. So interest calculations. I gotta share my screen. Interest calculations. All right. So for example, say that you have $250 on your credit card. So you bought something and you didn't pay the balance at the end of the month. Then what happens is that the credit card company charges you interest on that amount. So if it kind of runs after it's due and you haven't sort of paid the full amount, then it charges you interest. Okay. So the interest formula that we're going to use is that we have the interest is the principal times the rate times time. We might have seen this formula before. I'm not sure if we've done any of those problems previously. But P is kind of the amount of money that you borrowed. Okay. R is the interest, the annual interest rate. Annual interest rate. And it's usually given as a percentage, but you need to change it to a decimal. Change to decimal. Right. And the time, the T is the time in years. Right, so 2 years, 1 year, 5 years. Right, so let's say that you have $250 that you put on your credit card, and then after 1 month, right, so how much do you owe? If the APR, annual percentage rate, is 15%. Okay, so that's the question here. I'm making this question up. All right, so you're going to look at your formula here, and we're going to plug in the numbers. So we're trying to calculate the interest that was charged. The principal was $250. The rate is 15%, which you want to change to decimals, divide by 100. And then the time, all right, so the time is 1 month, but the time in the formula is set to be in years, okay? So 1 month is going to be 1 out of 12 years, okay? So because it's 12 years in a 12 months in a year, right? So 1 month is 1 out of 12. So when you put in the formula at the time here, you need to multiply by 1 over 12. All right. So now when I do the calculations, we have 250 times 0.15 times 1 divided by 12. That gives me 3.125. Okay. This is dollars. So I'm going to round this as $3.13. Okay. So that's the amount that they charge you, the amount of interest that they charged you on kind of that balance of $250. Okay. So now the total amount that you own is going to be the $250, which you owned originally, and then the $3.13 for the interest. So it's going to be $253.13. Okay. All right. Any questions on that one?
Yes, I do have a question. So if you don't, like, let's say you don't have a balance on the said credit card, let's say if it's 0, can you still do the calculation and figure out, like, if you did have whatever type of money on there, and you would see the interest that you would pay on it? Or do you have to have a number to figure out how much?
Yeah, you have to have a number for P, right? You have to have a number that you are basically borrowing from them to get charged interest. If it's 0, then it's going to be 0 times all this stuff, which is going to be 0. Right? So you don't get charged interest if you don't own any money.
Okay.
Any other questions on the calculations?
Yes, just about the, do we need to round it, always round it, or?
It's because it's money, right? So because we're talking about money, it usually gets rounded because it's like dollars and the cents. So you have the decimal and then 2 decimal places like this. So it gets rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay. So let me do another example. So the way that this works, like so this happens every month, right? So whatever balance is left on your credit card, then every month the company charges interest for the remaining balance, okay? So let's say this is like at the end of month 1, right? You didn't pay the $250, so they charged you the interest. And now you're going, well, let me pay, but I don't have all the money, so I'm only gonna pay $50. All right, so I'm gonna pay $50, and then what's left on my credit card is $203.13. Okay, so again, I'm making all this up. So you made a little payment. This is your payment here. All right. Okay.
Which part of the wallet assignment is it in?
These are examples to show you how to do the preliminary calculations. Okay, so I'm not doing exactly what's there. I'm just doing example to show how the calculations are done. All right.
I need to finish it.
All right, so now if you have $203.13 in the you owe the credit card, then at the end of month 2, okay, they're gonna say we're gonna charge interest again. So we use the same formula, right? So interest now is going to be that new balance times the rate, which is 0.15, times 1/12, because we went another month. And then you do those calculations. So 203.13 times 0.15 times 1/12. And then that's $2.539 and a bunch of other stuff, which rounds to $2.54. Okay, so that's the interest that they charge. All right, so now you owe $203.13 plus the $2.54. So this is going to be a total of $205.67. Right? So that's kind of how the interest work with a credit card. So any unpaid balance that you have on your credit card at the month's end, okay? And the end of the month, it kind of depends. It doesn't have to be like March 31st. It could be whatever. It could be March 15. It just sort of, it kind of depends on what your account is set up and the beginning of the month. But any unpaid balance gets charged this interest rate, which gets added to your balance, and then that kind of carries over. Okay. All right. So those are kind of the interest calculations. Okay. Any questions with that? Okay. All right, so let me give you I'm going to let you work for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how to do these, get the Google spreadsheet to do these calculations. Because basically we want to do these calculations for several months. Okay, we don't want to do them by hand because it's a pain. So we're going to get the spreadsheet to do them for us. Okay. And Michael?
Yes.
The way you turn in the assignment is by doing it, right? Because I have access to all your Google spreadsheets, so I can see all your work. So I'm gonna grade it by just looking at each of the documents at the end and seeing all the work you've done. So as you work on it, you're basically submitting it. You don't need to put it anywhere else. Okay?
But I was looking for that in Canvas. It didn't say what's in your wallet there.
No, it's not revealed yet. Okay, so there's nothing to submit in Canvas because it's all on the sheets that I already have access to.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's going to be due Friday after spring break.
Which is, what is the date? I forgot.
I think it's April 10.
Yeah, I need to go back with them again. I need to finish that part.
Yeah, it's April 10 is the Friday after the spring break. Okay.
Yep.
But the more we can do today, the better it will be for kind of not piling on this stuff. So we're gonna keep working on it. Okay. So
let me talk to them for a minute.
Okay. Let me look at you, Dulce. Let me see which group I picked you in and give you a link, because if you don't have access to yours. So I'm going to stop sharing and try to find which group you're in. All right.
Oh, they didn't talk to me.
All right, so Joseph, I'm gonna share my screen and show you where to find the test, okay? That's the canvas. You wanna be home, all right? And you scroll down, okay? So it says tests and quizzes. You should click on the test that you see. Yours might not be version 2, might be another one, but just click on it. Right. And here's like the instructions, and this file right here is the test. So you're going to open it up, and you're going to do the work on paper. You're going to take pictures and upload it to Canvas.
Yep, but I just did that.
Good. Right, so that's how you access it.
So, Professor, I have a question about what we're doing on the wallet.
Yeah.
Not this part, but it's the interest part, the problems.
These ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you do this one? Isn't it I equals P times R times T?
Yes. All right. So yeah, your P is 100.
Okay, let me write that down. Okay, so P equals 100.
Mm-hmm.
And your T is 12%, right?
Yeah. So I is PRT. So your P is the 100. Your R is 12%, but you need to use the decimal.
So it's 0.112.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then the time. So because it says a month, your time is going to be 1/12 because the time needs to be in years. So 1 month is 1/12 years because it's
okay.
So that has to be 1/12.
Okay. And then you times them all and you
Yeah, you multiply them all.
So 100. Okay, so 0.12 times 1/12. You get 1/100.
And then times the 100 at the front. Right. So you also need to multiply with the 100 at the front.
Okay, so I got 1/12 equals 100, right?
No. In your calculator, you should do 100
Oh,
times
yeah.
112 times 1/12.
What is your math? اشتري ink. It equals 1.
Equals 1. Okay.
Yeah, $1.
Yeah, 1 is the interest. Sorry. $1 is the interest, but it says how much in total will it be at the end of the month? Then the total is going to be the $100 that you started with plus the dollar from the interest. So it's going to be 101.
So you add them, 100 plus 1 gives you 100.
Because as it says total, so you need to add what you had before with the interest amount.
Okay. So the same thing for number 2. Number 2, it's I equals P times R times T.
Yeah.
And you have 18% is the R.
Yes.
Which is 0.18.
Yes.
And then you times that by 250, times 0.18, right?
Yep. And then you need the time, the 1/12.
Oh. 0.50 and 0.18. You got 45.
That sounds too big. Did you do times 1/12?
Oh, you have to times it by 1/12. No, I didn't.
Yeah, because that's the time. You need the t in there. That's the times 1/12.
You get 15/4.
Okay, change it to a decimal.
3.75.
Yeah, so that's $3.75 is the interest. Yeah, so it's $3.75. Right, and then you add that to the $250, which you started with, and that's going to give you the total that you owe.
253.75.
That's right. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys to sort of pause what you're doing, and I'll show you how to do the calculations for the credit cards. Okay, so if you look at vacation, okay, so that says that you bought a vacation and you put $2,400 on your credit card, and you're gonna pay it off. Okay. So the first way you're gonna pay it is just try to pay just the minimum payment. Okay, so the minimum payment is $30 or 2%. Okay, so let me show you how to input the stuff in the sheets, so you get the Google Sheets to do all the calculations for you. All right. Okay, so these are the directions here. So it says in row 1, so I'm in row 1, in column A, type credit card balance. And I'm in somebody's sheet, but I'll erase it when I'm done. And then in B, type payment. All right. In C, new balance. In D, interest. All right. And in E, new balance again. Okay. All right. So those are your headings here for your columns. All right. Okay. And you can make them. Never mind. I'm just going to leave them like that. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put the numbers in. Okay. So in row 2, it says in column A, type 2,400. So we're going to type 2,400 because that's the principal. That's the amount that you're going to start with. That's how much the holiday cost and what you put on your credit card. Right. Now the payment. So it says in B, type this as you see it. So it says type equals max parentheses 0.02 times A2 comma 30. Okay. So what does this does, the 0.02 times A2 is the 2% of the 2,400. So this takes either 2% of the amount in the balance or $30. And the max says that it's going to take the maximum of those, the higher amount. Okay. So that's how they usually go. They take either a flat fee or a percentage, depending which is higher. Okay. So if you click enter, then we see that the payment for the first month was $48. Okay, so you had $24 on your credit card and we're paying $48. Right? Then in C, for the new balance, says type equals A2 minus B2. Okay, So what that did is subtracted. So I had 24 minus 48 and it's subtracted, okay? So you want to be able to make sure that don't just type the numbers, you have to type the formulas, because if you have the formulas in here, then it's going to be really easy to get the sheets to calculate everything for you all at once. Right. Now for the interest, so in D, I'm going to do equals C2 times, and here is your interest rate. So this one is 12%, so 0.125 times 1/12. Okay, basically those are the calculations that we're doing. So whatever balance you have times the R times the time. Okay, so those are kind of in your preliminary calculations, that's what you were doing. Okay, you hit enter and that gives you how much interest you are charged on this balance. Right. So for the new balance, you need to say equals C2 plus D2, because now it's going to add them. Okay, you're going to add your balance with the interest that your credit card charged you to get the new balance. So it's like, that's why we started 2,400 and you paid and the credit card charged it new interest, and now this is your new balance. Okay, now it says in row 3 you're going to type equals E2. That should be equals there. All right. Okay, so this is sort of inputting all the formulas in Google Sheets. Okay. Now you're going. It says after this, drag the columns to fill the rows and the columns in each on the sheet. So kind of watch this closely. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to click on here. Okay. So I'm going to click on the payment, the $48. I'm going to highlight this and let go. So highlight the row, not the 2,400, just the rest. Where you see the little square at the bottom, you hover over it and you see like like a little cross, and you drag it down once. Okay. So what Google Sheets does is it does all the calculations we were doing previously all at once. Okay. Now we're going to do this. I'm going to click on this here at the beginning and highlight this, let it go. And now we're going to drag this corner.
All the way down?
All the way down. So all the way down means I'm going to follow my balance. Okay, so I'm going to look at my balance and I want it to go to 0. Okay, I need to drag this down all the way until it gets to 0. All right, so we're still going.
All the way to which number?
All the way until your credit card balance in A goes to 0. Right?
Instead of just typing it.
Instead of just typing it line by line.
It's too hard.
It's too much. Or calculating it by hand, right? So we're going to drag it and drag it and drag it.
All the way to the end.
All the way until... Oh, there you go. Okay, so right now notice that it went to negative 9.5. So I don't need the negative, because that means the credit card owes me money. So I'm going to erase that. Okay. So we got to the balance being like $20. Okay. And if you pay again, actually we shouldn't have any negatives. I'm going to erase everything that has a negative in it. Okay. All right. So that's, you want to drag it all the way until it gets negative and then erase all the negatives. Okay.
Oh, but I was doing that part. Would you like to go to my part?
Not yet. Let me finish this. Okay.
You're using somebody else's.
I'm using somebody else. I think I'm using the 12.5% one. Okay. But I can check with yours. Okay. So now from here, you can answer 2 questions. So the questions I want: how long did it take? How long did it take? All right. And how much did I pay? So how long it took is you're going to look at the numbers here. So these are like each row number, right? So if you see 118, that means it took 118 months, okay? Not quite. It's 117 because the first row is taken up by these names, okay? So if you go to 118, take one off just for the first row. So it's 117 months, okay? Which is how many years? If I divide by 12, 9.75 years. Okay, so it took almost 10 years to pay that $2,400 that you spend on your vacation, right? Okay, now we have to figure out how much we paid in total, okay? So this column B right here, the second column, these are all the payments that you made. So each month you gave the credit card company these money, okay? So if I add them all up, plus this one at the end, because that's sort of the extra, then you figure out how much you paid. So we're gonna do equals the sum, okay? And we need to select everything in column B and hit enter, all right? And then to that, you also want to add this $20.50, okay? So if you double click on it, you can say plus this money, and we do like this, okay? So notice that it's $3,935.90. Okay, so that's how much you paid in the end.
Wait,
okay?
For the dragging part, how to do the dragging part? I'm doing that. Oh, wait.
The sum. So
I was doing
sum. Is it this part or the earlier part?
Sorry, the earlier part is to drag.
All right, I'll go over it again.
I'm sorry, not column B itself, the whole thing.
Yeah, let me go over it again, okay?
Because I'm trying to finish it.
But this is what I want you guys to do in this two sheets. So the $30 and the $60, you want to do this, put the formulas in, drag them until you get to negatives, erase the negatives, and then figure out how many months it took, how much you paid. Okay, so let me go through the process again. So I'm gonna go to this bit. Okay, so after I put in the formulas, okay? So here I typed in all the formulas. So the first dragging, so you go to this $48 and highlight.
No, not in the first one?
Not the first one, just from the 48, so all these four, okay? Okay, then grab the square, the corner, and one down, just one down. Are we good?
Yeah, we are good.
Okay, now on this row, go from the first one and do the 5. Okay, now drag this one down. Okay, and you can, this one you keep going until you hit negatives.
You know, when I was dragging it's going to the same numbers.
Oh, okay. Did you, so in these columns here, make sure that you're typing in the formulas that I gave you here. You can't type the numbers. So you can't type 48 or 250, 2352. You gotta type what it says, equals max, blah, 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 equals this and that. You have to put the formulas just as I told you there. Otherwise, the spreadsheet doesn't know that you want to do these calculations. It just copies the numbers that you put in before.
Well, would you like to go back to my screen?
Yes, which one are you?
19.5.
Okay, I'll look at that one.
They're trying to fix it for me.
All right. 19.5.
Oh, I was on sorry, $30, 2%.
Yeah, I'm going there. Okay, so you have 2,400.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like you have your formulas in the wrong place. Okay.
Oh, somebody else did it.
All right. So yeah, this has to be 2,400.
Yeah.
All right, and then in B you have to type this. So in B right here, you have to type this formula.
Hey, I'm also in this group, and I had all of this done before, but I guess it got erased, and I was trying to click the back buttons, but it's gone. Like, I can't get it back.
There might be a way to look at your revise history and go back to a previous screen. Let's see, how do I look at the revise history? I don't think that's it, no. Let me just Google it, okay.
Yeah, because I need to finish it.
Revise history in Google Sheets. Version history. How to see recent changes. Open the file. File version history. Okay, let's look at that. File version history. See version history. Current version. No, I don't think that does it.
Okay.
All right, I think you might have to do it. Ooh, 27 edits. Let's see, file version history. Where does it say 27 edits? Today. Edit 27. Edit 26. Ah, okay. Guess it. Right. If you like click on the edits, then it kind of takes you through all the changes that you've made, and you can sort of go back to a previous one. So if you like lost a huge chunk of stuff, then you can redo it. Okay. But
Okay.
you might just type it again.
All right. Thank you.
I was trying to get that down.
Could you show us how you find the total that you paid for again?
Yes, give me a second. All right, I'm ready. So let me share the screen. Okay, so here's the columns filled up. Go to the bottom. All right, so you want to erase any rows that have negatives in them, because that's basically beyond when you paid. All right, so if you find the total amount, you're gonna press equal and then sum and then parentheses, all right? And sometimes if you just click on the column name, it adds up everything in that column and you can press enter. It didn't do it. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's try again. All right, so sum equals sum parentheses. All right. And then you click on the first number and then you drag up. Okay, so you drag up the whole column.
You mean from the card balance part or the payment part?
The payment part, because you are trying to calculate the total payments that you made to the credit card company. Okay, and then you're gonna hit enter.
All the way to new balance?
All the way to the top, right? All the way to payment, right? So you're adding all the things in column B, right?
Oh, but mine's not dragged. She didn't do it.
Then you'll need to do it, right? So so this money right here is almost the total, okay? So you have all your payments, but you also have to include this $20.50 because that's the very last month, the balance. So in order to add this on, you can either go to the top bar where it says the sum, or you can double click on here. Probably better to just go to so you go to the top bar and then you say plus, and you can click on this cell and hit enter, and that adds that last $20 on there. All right. Cool. All right, I'm going to erase these. Sorry, 12.5% group, but you have to do it yourself. All right, so yeah, you should do the 30, and then in a similar way, you're going to do 60 or 4% to do double the minimum payment. Okay, and we'll see how that changes. And this summary of results page, I need to put some stuff on there to kind of organize your results. I'll tell you what I want, but you don't have, if you want to finish it before spring break, you can, but this doesn't need to be done. We're almost done after this. It doesn't need to be done until the Friday after spring break. All right, any questions with this?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you go to the summary of findings?
Summary of results. It's the top, right? The tabs at the bottom. You just need to scroll through them.
Can you explain again the part 3 in the preliminary calculation?
Preliminary calculations. Yeah. These ones? I'm not sharing. Am I sharing?
Oh, yes.
Can you see it? Okay. All right. So yeah, for example, for number 2, it's asking Frank charges $250 with 18% APR. How much will he have paid at the end of the month? Okay. So you need to use the formula interest equals PRT, principal, rate, and time. Right? So the principal is how much money that he has on his credit card, the $250. The rate is the APR, but you need to put a decimal form. So you divide by 100 and change it to 0.18. And the time in this formula is counted in years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But because this is just a month, that means 1 over 12. 1 over 12 years. Okay? All right, and then you just put that in your calculator. 250 times 0.18 divided by 12, you get $3.75. Okay, so this is the interest that he paid, okay? But now it's like we need to figure out the total. Okay, so the total is going to be the 250 plus the 375, whatever that is, 350, 375. Okay, so if you notice, this is what the Google Sheets is doing when you're putting these formulas in the Google Sheets, when you're doing the calculations for the credit card debt, the $240. These are the exact formula that you're putting in there, but the Google Sheets does it for like, you know, hundreds of months. So you wouldn't want to do this by hand over and over again. So the Google Sheets is good because it does that automatically.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm looking at yours, Dowsy. Your 21.5%? Let me bring it up and look at your formulas. All right. Oh, it's looking good. Looks like you fixed it.
Yeah, and the 64.
Yeah, so this is, oh, that's the 19.5. Oh, I was looking for, where's the 21.5?
Not me.
21.5. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's see. This is the 21.5% file. So you have your max, new balance, interest rate, new balance. Okay, so now we're looking at, the last thing you want to type in here, you want to say this equals E2, like this. All right, so I think that's what you were missing. You're missing that amount in there. So kind of you need to copy the amount from the end of row 1, 2 into row 3. And then from here, highlight and drag this down. And that will fill it in with the amounts. Okay? I'm going to step back so you can do that yourself. Okay, but there you go. So that was Awesome, good. I'm watching the 21.5% is looking good. Good job. It's funny. It's just I love Google Sheets. Just watching somebody else do the work. It's great. Valerie, what percentage do you have? All right, I'll open it up. Okay, let's check this out. Formula, good, 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 good. Yes, perfect.
Professor,
Yes.
how much did I pay? It's the sum of the column B and the last number in E?
Yes, so the sum of the column B
E
plus the very last number in E, correct?
In E, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see. Add to. All right, so let's try selecting again. So we want to highlight this and drag it down. So highlight this and drag it down. Oops, uh-oh, I did something wrong. Oh, are you guys doing it? That looks good now. And then highlight this and drag it down.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Yep, it's working. Perfect. Okay, so class is winding down. Okay, so you can work on this project a little bit more, but I'll probably give you some more in-class time when we come back from spring break, and we can kind of check in how it's going. So after you do these two calculations, I'm going to ask you to put together like a summary of your work. And we'll probably do a little bit like quick presentation from each group to show what you got. So it's not going to be like basically 1 or 2 minutes each. That kind of shows, hey, our percentage was this, and this is how long it took us to pay. And we can sort of just share our results. And then we can kind of see how things compare. So how does the APR affect your payments? How does paying the double minimal payment affect your payments? So we'll come back to this after the break and finish it off. Okay. So this is our first project. It's okay. I think it's working okay. Collaborating off sort of online instead of in person. I've only done this this project in person, but I think this is working okay. So I'm going to wish you a happy spring break. So rest, be healthy. If you have any assignments to finish from this week, please do that. I'll try to catch up with all the grading over spring break. There's a few couple of assignments for you guys for me to grade. But just relax, rest, and I'll see you guys after the break, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Professor,
Yes.
can I still ask you a couple of questions about the project?
Yeah.
Can you check 20.5?
20.5?
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, what are sheet 9, sheet 10, and sheet 3 are for?
Oh, I probably put too many things in here. Let's see if I can get rid of them. Delete.
Oh, okay.
Delete. And get rid of this one too.
So from $30 or 2%.
Yeah. So this is where, yes, there you go.
Yeah. So for F, is there nothing for F? Column F. I mean row F.
Or column F, yeah.
Yeah. Do I have to put something there or no?
No, you don't have to put anything in there. So
Okay,
yeah, it's
so-
looking good so far. Now you just have to highlight and drag. So you should click on the 48 and highlight these 4 rows.
Oh, okay. 48 highlight.
Or 4 columns. So 48 and drag it like this.
Oh. Okay. Let's try. Oh, I got it. Oh, it's all negative.
That's looking weird.
Yep.
All right, undo.
Undo. Control Z.
Yeah, the Control Z. All right. So do this highlight. So click on 48 and highlight like that.
Click 48. Highlight. Highlight. Wait, please, can you show it to me real quick? How you do it?
You click on it.
Click.
And you hold the mouse down.
Oh, just
and
hold
you're
it?
just dragging to highlight everything. Okay. I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay, got it.
And then drag it down one
Pull it
row.
down. Just do the same. Hold it.
Just one down.
Oops. No.
It's not highlighted. Click and hold it down and drag your mouse to highlight the row.
Yeah, I got it.
You should only drag it one row down, not lots. Just one row down for that part. Okay.
Oh.
All right, and then you're gonna need to highlight all the third row, but just one. There you go. Okay, and now go to this 2,392 and highlight the whole row. And
the whole row?
Yeah, and that gets dragged all the way until you go negative.
Like that. Oh.
There you go. Yeah, that's working. So how you go all the way until it goes negative, and then you stop and you erase any negative values.
Save one.
Oh, hey, Miss.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can I ask you about the signature thing, since I didn't have access to the internet when you said that we had to have a signature in the test, but I did turn in the test. I emailed you my signature. Is that still
perfect? That's sufficient. That's enough.
okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice break.
You too.
Oh, this one's too long.
Yeah, yours is the higher percentage, the longer it takes. So you might
Oh,
need
I
to
see.
go, like if you stopped, you can highlight the last row. So you can highlight the last row and then just keep dragging and that will keep doing it. So yeah, you need to, the higher
So I don't
percentage
need negatives,
is
right?
like, oh, you're there. Good. So you have negatives. So erase the last row because you don't want any negative numbers.
Okay. How do I erase it now?
You just select the row and click delete.
Okay. Delete row. Yeah.
Delete row is fine.
Yep.
Good. Okay. So now how long it takes. So if you look at the number here, the 253, go one less than that because you didn't start at row 1, you started row 2. So how long it takes is going to be 252
52.
months. Okay.
252.
Yeah. All right.
How long it take? Should I write down for 255?
Yep, that'll be good.
Um, 252 months, right?
Mm-hmm. Good. And then how much you paid?
How much I pay?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in that over there, click equals and then sum, S-U-M.
And that's it. Sum, just sum.
And then a parentheses.
Of parentheses.
And then you're gonna click on this last 30, hold it down and drag to select all that column with the B column.
Sorry, what's that again, Professor? From 30 to...
Yeah, so it's like equals sum, parentheses, and then you're gonna click on the 30 and drag it all the way up.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Go to the top.
All the way to the top because you want to add up all those. You want to add all those payments that you made.
Okay. Until row 2.
The what?
Until row 2. In the top, row 2.
Not row up to row 2. Yeah, you shouldn't select the payment because it's not a number. Just go up to row 2.
And then enter.
Then enter. Okay.
So, wow, I got.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Now you also need to add this $3.97. Okay. So click back on this amount right here. Okay. And then at the top, you should see, like in this top bar right here.
Yeah, I saw.
You should see the formula. Okay.
Yeah.
So go plus. And then click on this $3.97.
E253, yeah.
And then hit enter. There you go. So that's the total of how much you paid to the credit card.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So that's it for 30.
Yeah, that's it for the calculations for that minimum payment.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Good. All right.
So is this like auto save? Do I need to?
So you still need to do the $60 and 4%, but you might want your other group members to do some of this stuff. So you don't want to do all this by yourself because you have a couple of group members. So let them work a little bit on it too.
Yeah, I think some of my group mate, they do the introduction and create
Oh, okay.
characters.
All right, then you can try doing the calculation. So they're going to be like
These.
identical to these ones, except that
Oh,
here,
professor,
yeah,
can you check my 60%? I 60.
you have
I
something in
mean,
the 60%.
no, it's blank.
Yeah, I left it blank, but you will need to put the same formulas.
All the same.
So it's going to be the same except for the payment. So the payment right here for the 30 is 0.02 or 30. So in the $60, you're going to need to put 0.04 or 60.
Oh, because it's $60 or 4%.
Yeah. So but it's identical. The steps are identical except for that formula there. Okay.
Oh, okay. I see. One second, I'm gonna write down. 0.04 times 80, 60. Okay, got it. I think I'm gonna do that and let them do preliminary calculations and indication. So I mean, this is auto save, right? I don't
Yeah,
need
it
to save.
auto saves. It automatically shares it with me and your group mates. So it's awesome. I love I like the Google Docs and Google Sheets. I think it's great to work that way.
How about the summary of
Yeah, the summary page, I need to work on that. So I didn't have time to put any instructions on there. I'll do that over the next couple of days. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So check back on that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. You have a nice break.
Yeah, you too, Professor. Thank you. Bye.